Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Arlington Park here on Saturday. It is July the 8th, 2017. Gonna look at the stakes races on today's program from Arlington, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world. So let's get on to it. The stakes races I'll be looking at are races 5, 6, and 8, and 9. 5, 6, 8, and 9, so let's get on to it, starting off with the 5th race from Arlington International. It's the 103rd running of the American Derby, grade 3, purse $100,000. It's for 3-year-olds. Field of 7 3-year-olds going the distance of ground of 1 mile and an eighth or 1,800 meters on the turf course. Mile and eighth. My top pick in this one, I like the number 2 horse, Sonic Boom. I'm going to go 2-4-1-6 in the superfecta, 2-4-1-6 super. My top pick, number 2, Sonic Boom. I would single him in the multi-race wager here. 7-5, Julien Lepeau is on this Ian Wilkes train, 3-year-old colt out of More Than Ready. Most recently on the 29th of May at Churchill, 1 mile launch race for $50,000. Horse won by 3 3/4 lengths that day. It was almost on lead all throughout and had a very easy victory. You know, could have won by more, but this Julien Lepeau, who rode this horse, stopped riding him in the last 16th of a mile. It just doesn't get any easier than that. Coming here to Arlington, it's good post draw. I think this horse will run a big one. Start before the 7th of April at Keeneland, a mile 16th in grade 3 Transylvania. Horse finished 7th by 5.5 lengths that day. Was basically second most of the race. Really weakened in the straightaway. Just gave away a lot. Disappointing beat. But before that, this horse ran very nicely at Tampa Downs, 1 mile March the 11th in the 75,000 Columbia Stakes. Horse won by a neck. Was kind of dueling a little bit that day, but got the lead and straight away. Took off clear. Very easy victory. And then finished 4th in the Kitten's Joy at Gulfstream Park, 1 mile on February the 4th. That 4th place finish, was a little bit wide. Had a horrible trip and just wasn't his day to win. But facing lesser quality horses here today, I think this horse will run a big one. So to recount my bets for the 5th from Arlington, it's the 103rd running of the American Derby. Gonna go with the 2-horse Sonic Boom. Gonna go 2-4-1-6 in the superfecta. To race number 6 now from Arlington. The 6th race is the 61st running of the Modesty Handicap, grade 3, purse $100,000. It's for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upwards. Field of 8 horses going the distance of ground of 1,900 meters or 1 mile and 3/16 on the turf course. Mile 3/16, 1,900 meters. My top pick in this one, I like the number 3 horse here. Number 3, Time and Motion. Again, another single in the multi-race wager. I'm going to go 3-7-1-2 in the superfecta. 3-7-1-2 super. My top pick, number 3, Time and Motion. 7-5, Florent Joux is on this James Toner train, 4-year-old filly at a Tappet. Most recently here in New York on the 13th of May, Belmont Park, yielding going, mile 16th in the grade 3 Bugay Stakes. Horse finished 3rd by 3/4 length. Hawksmoor, who won that day, won next start out, and this Time in Motion, this horse was a little bit wide that day and didn't quicken up. Very wet day, maybe didn't like a piece of the ground. I think with firmer ground, this horse should do a lot better. Start before on the 15th of April at Keeneland, mile 16th into Jenny Wiley, grade 1 Jenny Wiley. Horse finished 6th by 3 lengths behind Dickinson and Lady Eli, who won next start out. This horse, had to go a little bit wide in the straightaway, closed up a tiny bit, but everybody was closing up that day. Off the layoff, she wasn't 100%, but I think here this horse should be 100%. Start before the 4th of December at Del Mar, 1 mile in the grade 1 Matriarch. Horse finished 6th by 3.5 lengths that day and was wide. Just had nothing that day. Disappointing beat. But before that, won the Queen Elizabeth II Cup at Keeneland very nicely. Won the Lake Placid very nicely and nearly won the Belmont Oaks Invitational last year, finishing 2nd by half length behind Catch a Glimpse. This horse will run a big one here today. Distance is right up this horse's alley. Gets a good post draw. Watch out for this one. So to recap my bets for the 6th from Arlington, it's the 61st running of the Modesty Handicap. Going to go with the 3-horse Time in Motion. Going to go 3-7-1-2 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 8 from Arlington. The 8th race is the 86th running of the Stars and Stripes Stakes, grade 3, purse $100,000. It's for 3-year-olds and upwards. Field of 9 horses going the distance of ground of 2,400 meters or 1 mile and 1/2 here on the turf course. mile and a half, 2,400 meters. My top pick on this one, I like the number 5 horse, number 5, the Pizza Man. I'm going to go 5-1-6-2 in the superfecta, 5-1-6-2 superfecta. And my top pick, number 5, the Pizza Man, 8-5, Florent here. I know this. I know I've been picking a lot of favorites in this card from Arlington. I just think the favorites are going to run big here. So just pardon that. Number 5, the Pizza Man, Florent connects with this horse again for the first time in nearly a year. Most recently, though, on the 17th of June, first start of the year at Arlington, on mile 16th in the Black Tie Affair Stakes. Horse finished fourth by 2 lengths that day. Was closing up well at the end, but he needs that extra ground. He's a perfect mile and a half horse. He's getting it today, and I think he'll run a big one. Start before November 24th at Churchill Downs, mile 8th in the River City Handicap. Again, a little bit too short. This horse finished third by a length, closed up well, but he needs that longer distance. Before that, in the Canadian International at Woodbine, mile and a half, October the 16th, horse finished fourth by 2 lengths. Didn't have the best trip that day. Closed up a little bit, but had a horrible trip. Before that, won the Northern Dancer very nicely, and he's only won in 2016. But before that, he wasn't running very good. He finished 6th in the Arlington Million of 2016. 4th in this race last year, and an all-out finished, and 4th in the Wisden at Churchill in 2016. First start, that was the last time Florent rode this horse. But if you go back to 2015, this horse ran very well. Won the Hollywood Turf Cup very nicely at Del Mar. Finished 5th in Bridge Cup Turf against Tougher, but finished 2nd in the Shadowell Turf Mile and won the Arlington Million in 2015. Was in a great run in 2015. Fell off of it a little bit in 2016, but I think here, facing lesser quality horses, getting the distance he wants, he'll run a big one, so watch out for him. So to recap my bets for the 8th from Arlington, it's the 86th running of the Grade 3 Stars and Stripes Stakes. Going to go with the 5 horse, the Pizza Man. Going to go 5-1-6-2 in the superfecta. To race number 9 from Arlington, the final race I'll be looking at on today's program from Arlington. It's the 82nd running of the Arlington Handicap. Grade 3, purse $100,000. It's for 3-year-olds and upwards. Field 9 horses going the distance of ground of 1,900 meters or 1 mile and 3/16 on the turf course. Mile 3/16, and I just showed the diagram. Gives me a second to look down in my notes. Just bear with me. My top pick in this one, I like the number 5 horse, Kasakai. I'm going to go 5-3-9-1 in the superfecta. 5-3-9-1 super. My top pick, number 5, Kasakai. 9-5. Jimmy Graham is on the 7-year-old horse at a lasting approval. Most recently, 3 weeks ago on the 17th of June at Churchill, mile 16th in the Grade 2 Wisden Stakes. Horse won by 2 3/4 lengths. Was 3-1 that day. It was actually bet down from a 6-1 morning line or 5-1 morning line, but this horse, sat back early, but got a clear trip, closed up well in the straightaway, and all-around great race. First win in quite a while. Before that, Churchill, mile 8th in the Turf Classic. Horse finished 4th by 4.5 lengths. Closed up again that day a little bit, but he had, he didn't have the best trip, so closed up a little bit too late. He finished 2nd before that in the Muniz Memorial at the Fairgrounds, and 2nd in the Tampa Bay Handicap at Tampa Bay Downs. Nearly won the Arlington Million last year. Finished 2nd by a neck behind Mondeliste, who came from England. Just missed. Disappointing beat, but won this race last year very nicely. Is 2-1 on this turf course. Both races have been run very well. I think he'll make it 3-2 today. Like I said, he'll run a big one, so watch out for him. So to recap my bets for the 9th from Arlington, it's the 82nd Arlington Handicap. Gonna go with the 5 horse Kasakai. Gonna go 5-3-9-1 in the superfecta. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKit5. Good luck.